Okay, so hopefully that's working now. It wasn't streaming before. So let me know when you've read through the note cards. And if you have any questions, just type them up, okay? But what we're looking at is, I think last week, last session, see, I keep doing it. Last session, we did discuss how she tries to not get personal in the discussion, in the contretemps. But we didn't discuss how does she try to build that bridge between her and the person who's basically attacking her, and how they try to find a solution. Okay?
We have to answer local.
Yeah, the three questions. How does she try to avoid getting personal? What does she do? How does she build that first bridge? How does she open communication channels, basically? And what approach does Maria take to find the solution?
Lynn, shall we write down the answers in the box, or
Yeah,
will
just
you hear
type
it?
them up in text if you want to, in text chat. Oh, Shiny has got a slow connection. She's just received the inventory. Oh, Shiny. See, I always thought that where Shiny lived, it was super duper fast broadband everywhere. It's like they've probably got a little man who's pedalling furiously on a bicycle trying to keep the internet up. Okay, number one, something that she does do, Traum, but that's not all she does. Nina explains to Maria the reason why she was behind. Yeah, but it's not all she does. Because if you remember at the beginning of the sketch, she gets very personal.
Lynn, I understand. I shouldn't just look at the second part.
Oh no, not just the second part, the whole part, that parts one and
Oh,
two. Yeah,
okay. Okay, so that was my mistake, sorry.
that's okay. My problem, my fault. I should have said. Okay, so let's see how we're doing. Any questions? Okay, so Traum, I think you were confused about which part we were talking about. So Monique, you've written a good one for number 1. In what way does she do that? If you'd like to read out your answer and then explain how she did that.
So, how does Nina try to avoid getting personal in her? Because just before she said, "You love this for a moment," she was being really rude, and of course she was not talking about her job, but also about her. So she was, she was going too personal.
Oh yeah, she
So
got...
that's why she has to stop her.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that's why she has to stop her. And okay, just let me, like explain or just.
Yeah, absolutely. She basically stops the conversation. That's it, April, yes. She said, hold on a second. Okay. And basically giving it time to sort of say, now cool down. Cool down. So hold on a second is a good one. Is there any other way you could say the same thing?
Calm down.
Yeah, now, that's a difficult one. Monique, you're really upset. You're really angry. And I
hate
say
that.
to you, calm down. How would you react?
Don't tell me to calm down.
It's one of those, I mean, you think it's a rational thing to say, calm down. But it's more likely to stir the pot than to actually pour water on the flames. It's cool down, calm down. It's what she's trying to do. But yeah, it's more likely to, it's not a good one. Not a good one. It's very good if you want to really upset somebody. Calm down, dear. In fact, there's a whole TV series of adverts that somebody did with a horrible man. I can't remember his name, but it was one of those annoying series of adverts. But it was quite funny in that every time this guy would come on and go, calm down, dear, it's only a commercial. And it became a bit of a buzz phrase at that time. But yes, it's likely to cause the opposite. Cool down, calm down. So wait a minute. Now, wait a minute. That's, you'd think, the same as hold on a second. So hold on a second. Wait a minute. Oh, hang on. Wait a minute. Yeah. Stop, we can't go on in this way. Oh, that sounds really serious, Traum.
Yeah.
We can't keep meeting like this. That sounds like the breakup of a relationship. I like it, but stop's a good one, actually. Yeah, just stop there. Stop there. Hold on a second. We need to stop this for a moment. This isn't getting us anywhere. Okay, all of those. Yeah. Let me explain. Yeah, I like it, Alex. Yeah, let me explain. Give me a second to explain. Can I just take a moment to explain? Rather than orders, it's sort of like, whoa. It does depend how you say it, though. Now, this is where intonation matters. So in the text, okay, she's getting attacked. She's just been called, she's just been called, you just don't care, do you? You just don't care, do you? That's a real personal attack. You don't care, do you? Yeah. So she could have said, hold on a second, Maria, I don't think that's fair. How else could she have said it? No way, I'm not.
Easy.
Or,
Easy.
what do you mean I don't care? What do you mean? That's one that often I hear from people. What do you mean I don't care? What are you trying to say? Yeah? And that's just, again, adding fuel to the fire. But even the way she says it, hold on a second, that's not going to calm things down. Hold on a second, Maria. She uses her name. That's an attention getter, using somebody's name. If you can remember people's names, it's a really good skill to have. Because if you use somebody's name, you're getting their attention much more than if you just said, hold on a second. Hold on a second, Maria. Or, hold on a second, Maria. Can you hear the difference? Alex, would you like to say it, one, in a conciliatory tone? So conciliatory, does everybody know what that means, if you're being conciliatory?
You try to find a consensus.
It's a tone that's meant to say you're trying to pacify a situation, trying to placate somebody, yeah? So
Okay.
a conciliatory tone is trying to placate or pacify an argument, a situation, trying to calm things down. Okay, so I'd like you to try that first. Where is it in the text? Ooh, I lost it. I've lost it. Bear with me. Ah, here it is. So I'd like you to say that first part there in a conciliatory tone.
Okay.
Okay, Alex?
Yes.
Yeah? Do you want to try it? Just that sentence in a conciliatory tone. Can you see it in the local chat? Hold on a second, Maria.
Yeah.
Would you prefer
comfort
argumentative?
Sorry, but I have someone who talked to me and just
Oh, I
at
see.
the
Okay.
few minutes, so I didn't catch the beginning of your
Okay.
sentence.
Okay. Just I'd like you to read that sentence out in a conciliatory
Okay.
tone, as if you're trying to calm the situation down.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay. Hold on a second, Maria. I don't think that's fair. Give me a moment to explain.
Very good. Nice. Yeah. Now, I'm not
Thank
picking
you.
on anybody here, but Monique, I'd like you to say
like
that sentence in an argumentative tone.
Oh, okay. Blah, 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 blah. Hold on a second, Maria. I don't think that's fair. Give me a moment to explain.
Well, that's actually too reasonable for me. Okay. Okay, so argumentative would be more, hold on a second, Maria. I don't think that's fair. Just give me a moment to explain. Okay. In fact, that give me a moment to explain almost doesn't fit the argumentative tone unless
exactly.
you added just.
Give me a
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to turn it more argumentative. So try that second one, Monique.
Hold on a second, Maria. I don't think this is that fair. Just give me a moment to explain, will you? Will you?
Yeah, just adding just and will you changes the tone completely. Just do that, will you? Just give me a moment to explain, will you? As in, shut up. And basically, that's the equivalent of shut up. Just give me a moment to explain is polite and not saying I want to speak instead of you. Just give me a moment to explain, will you? Actually says shut up. Any questions? Alex, you get them?
No. I was just thinking. So you just accentuate on some words.
Yeah.
For an
Tone of
argumentative
voice,
tense.
but also the use of the words. Tone of voice matters, of course. So hold on a second, or hold on a second. That's sort of querying. I'm sounding a bit confused. That makes people listen. Oh, she doesn't understand. So, oh, hold on a second. But hold on a second, will you? Yeah. Hold on a second, will you?
Okay.
That starts to be more assertive, more argumentative, and hold on a second, will you? Or hold on a second, just stressing different words. The hold and second. Hold on a second, Maria. The way you use the voice, the way you use her name can also mean I want an argument, or if you're in a conciliatory tone, it can mean I want to understand your position. Okay? Any questions? Does anybody want to try the two different sentences out? Traum, do you want to have a go? Conciliatory and argumentative?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yay!
Okay. Do you want me to say?
I want to read the
sentence?
first sentence in a conciliatory tone and the second sentence in an argumentative way. Okay?
Okay, I'll try. This one where the word justice is in it.
No, both of them. The
Oh.
first one, conciliatory, but the second one with just in it in a argumentative way. Okay?
Okay. Okay. Hold on a second, Maria. I don't think that's fair. Give me a moment to explain.
Okay,
And
and
now
now
the other one?
argumentative.
Hold on a second, Maria. I don't think that's fair. Just give me a moment to explain, will you?
Okay. Now you're falling into the mistake of will you? You're thinking question mark, I've got to use that rising intonation. We don't in an argument. Just give me a moment to explain, will you? Okay. So not will you, but will you? Da-da.
Okay.
Okay. Try again.
Okay. Just give me a moment to explain, will you?
Okay. It's difficult, I know. Reem, would you like to have a go? The first one in a conciliatory tone, the second in an argumentative tone.
Yes. Just a moment. Hold a second, Mary. I don't think that's fair. Give me a moment to explain. The agreement. Hold a second, Mary. I don't think that's fair. Just give me a moment to explain. You, will you?
Okay, well done. Now, listening to them both in the recording, okay, you would be hard pressed to hear any difference between the two. You're rushing it a little bit, okay, because you're reading, I know, but the intonation is not really there. You need to practice your rising and falling, and also the volume that you use when you're using English. Yeah, just adding more volume can make you sound more argumentative. Okay. Yeah, exactly, with you. And the rising intonation that you've all been taught as learners, I know, that, at the end of the question, it always goes up. Not when you're arguing, okay? You can use questions to attack, okay? If you want a good argument, just look at the questions on the forum in the question game to see how you can use questions to have an argument without ever answering anything. I love questions, they're great. Shiny, do you want to have a go? Oh, Shiny's away. Or is she just dozing? Oh, no. April, what about you? Oh, no, Shiny's woken up.
Yes, please.
Okay, have a go.
Hold on a second, Maria. I don't think that's fair. Give me a moment to explain, please.
Oh, I like the please. Very good. Yeah, just by adding please. Yeah, please. And you don't even have to be pleading when you say the please. It just adds that tone of just politeness in a way. Yeah, very nice. What about argument? How good's your argumentative, Shiny? Go on, give it a go.
Hold on a second, Maria. I don't think that's fair. Just give me a moment to explain, will you?
Okay, very good. I don't know about you, but I'm scared. Now, that was a very good use of also the softening of your voice when you're trying to be reasonable and the hardening of your voice when you're being argumentative. So you can use soft tone of voice when you're trying to be, well, just wait a moment. Let's look at this another way. Or, just wait a moment. I think we need to look at this another way. And it's how teachers teach. Just think back to your school days when the teacher was being all nice and, oh, good girl, oh, well done, or be quiet, sit down, shut up. Okay, April. So now who's adding fuel to the fire? Indeed, Shiny.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
April.
argumentative means that you are angry also?
Well, no, not necessarily. Yes, of course it could be. It might just mean that you're spoiling for an argument. It's good fun to argue, yeah? An argumentative tone is basically meaning you're not willing to accept what's been said about you, okay? And you're not willing to accept it in a way that you want to dispute what's being said, okay? Now, it could mean that you're also angry. You can add different emotions into it, or upset, yeah? She's just called you... Oh, well, she hasn't called you lazy yet, but she's about to. But you're raising an objection. In the first one, in the conciliatory tone, you're trying to understand. In an argumentative tone, you're raising an objection to what has been said. You do not agree with what she said, okay? Okay, this is very important, Shiny. I always scream when I am pissed off, okay? When I piss off means when I leave, okay? So when I am pissed off, that means when I'm feeling pissed off, okay? You tried not to scream when you read it. Don't scream. Yeah. If you start screaming, you've lost. If you lose your temper, you've lost. Being argumentative isn't about being angry or losing your temper. It's about being more assertive and not willing to accept what's been said. It doesn't mean you have to lose your temper, because when you lose your temper, you've lost the argument. The other person's going to stop listening to you. And I always prefer the conciliatory tone, to be honest. Okay, April, are you okay? Do you want to give it a go now?
Okay. Maria, hold on a second. I don't think that's fair. Give me a moment to explain.
Very nice. I like the way you used her name first as well. Get the attention. Maria, I don't think that's fair. Hold on a second. Good. How about argumentative April?
Hold on a second, Maria. I don't think that's fair. Just give him a moment to explain, will you?
Okay, yeah, that's good, yeah. The will you, bit difficult, I know, but I'd always say, just give me a minute to explain, will you? Not will you or will you, but will you? It's like the stress is on the you. Give me a moment. I need to explain.
But isn't it more sarcastic then?
Well, yes. I didn't ask for sarcastic.
That's what I want.
Why am I not surprised? Very good. Sometimes screaming wins. Not in my house, it doesn't. I walk away. Okay, very good. Now, the second question. Okay. I'm trying to find my original questions. How does she build a bridge? Well, one, she uses her name, yeah? Okay. But two, she tries to show empathy, okay? She kind of talks, she doesn't talk about her problems straight away. She kind of talks about Maria's problems. Where does she do that?
Sorry.
Oh, Reem's crashed and come back. Hopefully she can find us. So, Monique, you put here, she builds a bridge by explaining the
I
situation. Yeah.
Yeah, but you were maybe referring about the exact part. So,
Mm.
when she says that I'm sorry, that's the situation, and let me explain.
Ah, yeah. Okay, got you. She also just reiterates what she thinks the problem is. Yeah, that's it, Alex. Yeah. What's causing the problem for Maria? She doesn't go straight in with what's her problems are. She tries to figure out, well, what is the problem you're talking about, Maria? And then she uses empathy. Can you find where she uses empathy? Yeah, this causes you stress. Oh, that's it, Alex. Yeah. I can understand how you must feel. Now, again, it's a really difficult thing to say because sometimes people don't react nicely to I understand. No, you don't. But it's a good attempt to show empathy. Oh, I can understand how that might have upset you. I can understand that might be not what you wanted to hear. So you have to be careful how you say it. It's a little bit like the hang on, hang on now, or calm down. It's a bit like the calm down. People can react badly to I understand, but she does try to show empathy. And then Maria takes an approach to find a solution. how does she do that in a non-confrontational way? So Maria offered help, April put, and Monique put Maria offers help. Maria apparently accepted the information and suggests her to give her a fixed time for doing the job. Okay, and I think you've got one word in there, Traum, where you've written and suggests. Yeah, how come she asks for ideas? She makes a suggestion. She doesn't say, oh, well, we need to do this or we need to do that. Well, I'm not sure if she does believe in her. She called her lazy earlier, but if anybody said that to me, I'd probably lose it big time. Who are you calling lazy? Sorry?
No, she's having second thoughts about her.
Yeah, I think she was upset,
Plain and simple.
stressed. She's probably got her boss on her back about this damn report. It's only a report, you know. But it can get like that in work, in a job. People get so fixated on deadlines that it causes real conflict. And when you think about it, there was no need for the conflict in the first place. She keeps it positive. Yes, she keeps it positive, Traum. And she says, she uses the word sorry. Now, sorry about that. And in British English especially, it's a very overused word. Now, what do I mean by saying it's an overused word? Whoa.
For everything.
Yeah. We April, walk towards me, bump into me.
Sorry?
Bump into me. Just walk down the promenade and bump into me. Oh, sorry. That's the British reaction to somebody treading on your toes, bumping into you, running you over. We tend to say sorry for everything, even when it's not our fault. And it gets to be meaningless. So be careful using sorry. It's used, I think, twice in this. Once Nina says it, once Maria says it. Any questions? Okay, so shall we try going through the whole text? Oh, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, good. Ooh, so, okay, I'm not sure what you heard and what you didn't. So, shall we try going through the whole text? If we could have 2 volunteers, one to be Nina, one to be Maria. Okay, Reem, if you'd like to be... who starts? Maria?
Yes.
Hang on. We'll have to, we need we need a Nina. We need a Nina. Come on, volunteer, please. Okay, April, you're Nina. So, Reem, if you'd like to go into the shop. Are you okay to walk, Reem, or have you got connection issues? We might have to do it from here, April. Is that okay? Oh, no. Oh, we've got movement. Okay, if we all give them a bit of space, then... Okay, so Reem and April, you'll need to face each other. April, could you face Reem? I think it's easier for you to move. Okay, so if you'd like to start.
Yes. Yes. I can't believe you are late again, Nan. You just don't care. Do you? You know that I need the monthly report by 15th of every month.
Hold on a second, Maria. I don't think that's fair. Give him a moment to explain.
What's the point? You are lazy and you never think about anyone else.
Okay, we need to stop this for a moment. Otherwise, this conversation will get us nowhere. Let's look at the facts. For the second month in a row, I haven't been able to send you the reports on time, right?
Right.
And this causes you stress since you need them for your meetings.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. When you are late, I get stressed. Daily from your said, put me under pressure and make me look bad. And when I am late presenting the report, it's slowly done the whole process.
Okay, I can understand how you must feel, and I'm sorry that's the situation. But the facts remain, so let me explain.
Go on.
Well, 2 months ago, Laura's contract ended, and she wasn't replaced. Now I have too much to do, and I'm struggling to get this all done on time, and that's causing you a problem.
Uh-huh. I see. I don't know. You had such heavy workload. I understand now why you have delayed recently.
Yes, it's been quite stressful.
Sorry about that. So how can you work together to find a situation? What would we help you to get your work done more quickly so that you can get the report to me on the time?
Well, If I didn't have to spend so much time answering the phones in the department all day, as well as my other duties, I would have more time to get the reports done.
So if you had some quiet time, not answering the phone, you'd have the space to complete the report for me?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. So how about the answer the phone for you in the morning on 12 and 30 of each month? Would that give you the quiet time you need?
Oh, yes, that would be a great help. Thank you.
No, thank you. It is will really help me if I get the report on time.
Very good. Well done. Okay. By the way, April, in a row. Yeah, the second time in a row, the third week in a row. Not row.
Ah, okay.
In a row, sort of
row.
a row of things happening one after the other. Okay. Good. And then space, Reem. Not spice, space.
Space.
That's it, space, yeah. If you listen to the recording, you'll hear spice. Okay. Any questions? Do you think it would have been that easy to resolve if this wasn't a small... It was like, oh, I'm really busy because they left and I haven't got any time. She was like, oh, I didn't realise. Oh, well, you know, ta-da, solution. Do you think it's a realistic solution? Or do you think would have really happened?
Yeah.
April?
But now Nina has a big responsibility to finish her job. Now she will get help, and if she still can't, if she still can do all the jobs done at a time.
Good point.
It will be, yeah, that will be another story then.
Anyone else? Monique, do you think it would have solved the conflict? Just oh, well, since they left, I've been doing their job too, and I haven't got any time to do the reports.
I think Maria, she's a really nice person, because in real life, unless she were is maybe the boss or something like that, because who else will just volunteer?
Yeah, good point.
Like that, you know? Okay?
Oh, well, I'll answer the phones for you. I'll be like, oh, you've got time to answer the phones, have you? I haven't. You've got time to answer the phones.
Yeah, I don't know if it's possible. I mean, in real life, but
in real life, no. I would say probably
Yeah.
not. Write the bloody reports yourself. If they're so important, do it yourself. I haven't got the time. I would think it would probably be escalated further up, especially if it is a resources issue, where, you know, because people can't be expected to burn out for, any wage from anybody. So I would think if it is such a bad resources problem and they've lost somebody and their job's that essential, they need to get somebody in to fill that time. Because I was very suspicious of Maria saying, I'll answer the phones for you on the 12th and 13th of every month.
Yeah.
I'm like, see, oh, you've got that much time on your hands, have you? Yeah, good for you. Okay, so shall we do one more run through? 2 more volunteers, please. Okay, Monique, you are Maria. And Traum, you are Nina. Okay. Do you want to move into the shop? So, Monique, if you go into the shop. And then Traum, you go in. And as soon as Traum comes in, Monique, attack.
Ah, okay.
Are you ready, Monique?
Joaquin. What's the point? Sorry. I was just
Oh.
this is the wrong part. Okay, do it again. Sorry, go back.
Back up,
Great
Traum.
song.
Back up, Traum. You've got to do your grand
I was
entrance
reading
again.
wrong. I read the wrong line. Sorry.
Oh, I've got you. Yeah, you're
I
on the
wasn't
third
there.
line. Okay, Traum, back up. Go back outside, Traum, and come in again.
Thank you. Sorry. Now I'm ready.
Okay, Monique.
I can't believe you're late again, Nina. Just don't care, do you? You know that I need the monthly reports by the 15th of every month.
Hold on a second, Maria. I don't think that's fair. Give me a moment to explain.
What's the point? You're lazy and you never think about anyone else.
Okay. We need to stop this for a moment. Otherwise, this conversation will get us nowhere. Let's look at the facts. For the second month in a row, I haven't been able to send you the reports on time, right?
Right?
And this causes you stress since you need them for your meetings.
Yes, when you're late, I get stressed. Delays from your side put me under pressure and make me look bad. And when I'm late presenting the reports, it slows down the whole process.
Okay, I can understand how you must feel, and I'm sorry, that's the situation. But the facts remain, so let me explain.
Go on.
Well, 2 months ago, Laura's contract ended and she wasn't replaced. Now I have too much to do and I'm struggling to get it all done on time. And that's causing you a problem.
I see. I didn't know you had such a heavy workload. I understand now why you've been late recently.
Yes, it's been quite stressful.
Sorry about that. So how can we work together to find a solution? What would help you to get your work done more quickly so that you can get the reports to...
Well, if I didn't have to spend so much time answering the phones in the department all day, as well as my other duties, I would have more time to get the reports done.
So you have some quiet time not answering the phone. You'd have the space to complete the reports for me.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, so how about I answer the phones for you in the mornings on the 12th and 13th? That give you the quiet time you need?
Yes, that would be a great help. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. It will really help me if I get the reports on time.
Very good. Oh, I love a happy ending.
Yeah.
Okay, so now just a couple of points. Well done with the ending. That no, thank you. Well done. When you hear thank you, yeah, that's fine. That's saying thank you. But if somebody says no, thank you, it means no, don't thank me, thank you. So you stress the you. So no, thank you.
Yeah.
They say thank you, say no, thank you. Thank you for doing that. Thank you for agreeing to this meeting. So it's almost an automatic response. Yeah. Oh, thanks. No, thank you. As in, you've done me the favour. Okay, so nicely stressed. And just to reiterate, when somebody says, hang on, this bit here. Okay, that you just don't care. It's not a do you? It's not asking for for a reply. Okay, it's not. You just don't care, do you? Oh yes, of course I care. No, it's you just don't care, do you? It's not. Again, it's not an intonation. It's not rising intonation. It's an attack. Yeah. So even though that question mark is there and it belongs there, it's an attack. So it doesn't take that rising intonation. Yeah.
Okay, so it's something like you just don't care, do you?
Yes. You just don't
Okay.
care, do you? It's not do you?
Do you?
Yeah. You're not asking for a reply. The intonation part is literally for a question requesting a response. And without that rising intonation, it's like making a statement. You just don't care, do you? Yet you still need the question mark in the text. Okay?
Yes, the question mark irritates.
I know.
irritates
Well,
one.
it's partly the problem of learning a language as a second language. So of course you're taught questions, but your taught questions have a rising intonation. So you kind of train your brain to use that rising inflection for every question. But as you know, there are no absolutes and hard and fast rules in English, certainly, and in most languages, actually. It depends on context, and the context here is an argument, so there's no rising inflection. It's not do you, it's do you. You just don't care, do you? Yeah, I know. And it's partly because of how you've trained your brain, quite rightly, but you can't treat all question marks the same. Not all question marks are created equal. It would be a lot easier if they just got rid of the question mark and made do you full stop. Okay? And that, of course, is what we call a tag question. Yeah? And they're difficult anyway. You just don't care, full stop. And then suddenly you turn it into a question? What's all that about? And you could write a lot of these sentences. Okay? So instead of, you know that I need the monthly reports by the 15th of every month, you could then make it even more of an attack. You know that I need the monthly reports by the 15th of every month, don't you? Makes it even more personal. And this causes you stress since you need them for your meetings, doesn't it? So tag questions are great fun. You can play with them a lot. So any questions before I set up the scenario for next week? Because next week we're going to take our little conflict outside. So what we've got here is a lovely ice cream parlour, 3 owners who can't agree on what to sell, and suddenly, opposite, what's happened here? Did anybody actually notice this, by the way? Monique, you stood behind the counter here. What did you take from it? What's it doing here, do you think?
I think.
What do you think might be a problem for the
A
owners?
problem here?
Yeah. Okay, I come to work one day, get ready, everything's prepared, and what the hell's going on out here?
It's just competition in front of
Yeah.
you. So
She set up shop in front of our shop.
What the hell? Exactly.
Exactly. So next week, a little bit of free drama. I want you to cope with You own a business. Yeah, you've got a lovely view, a lovely position, prime position on the promenade, and suddenly somebody sets up in direct competition right outside. How would you deal with
That's a
that?
huge problem.
Oh,
If
yeah.
you're not ready.
So next week we will try to figure out what the heck we can do in this situation. Okay? Any questions? Do you offer? Well, this is it, Traum. I mean, oh, what would you do? What if they're better than you? What if they're doing exactly the same as you? They've stolen your idea. They've gone, oh, they're busy. Look at all those ice cream. Oh, yeah, we could have some of that. Oh, it's nice for the customers. Monique's getting angry already. Okay, it's nice for the customers because, choice, might get a price war, cheaper ice cream, or they might start doing different flavours, more innovation in order to compete. But for the shop owner, probably not the sort of thing they were hoping to see. Well, yeah, it depends whose side you're on. So I would suggest that next week we'll need a shop owner, maybe a member of staff, a waitress or a waiter, the kiosk owner, and some customers, because everybody's going to have a different viewpoint to what's happening here. Yeah, some people will see it as an opportunity, some people as a problem, some people as so what? I don't care.
Customers, they
April's
are
already got her.
important as well.
April's already got her thinking cap on. April's the shop owner. Okay.
I have my license, April.
Yeah, you've got to think up all your have all your arguments better. Make sure you got your paperwork ready then. Okay, so it looks like we've got Monique as the Monique's decided to be the stall owner. April's the shop owner. I think I'll be a customer, definitely. And maybe normally in these sort of seaside towns there are people who are responsible for making sure everybody, I don't know, cleans up outside their shops, etc. It's a bit like market stalls as well. You're right, Monique, you do need the paperwork. You can't just troll up and start selling stuff in the UK, I'm afraid. You have to have the right paperwork to trade. Okay, so... So maybe Traum, you should be the promenade owner, the person who's responsible for this area, the trading standards officer. Maybe you're the major. You're not in the army. You can't have a gun. Okay, April, we're about to disappear. Well, I'm about to disappear, but you guys can, of course, carry on chatting. Thanks for coming. Thanks for taking part, and it's nice to be back. Take care then.
Yeah, it's nice to see you.
Bye, April.
It's nice to see
you know what
again.
I'm going to say to you, April. Just do it, okay? Bye.
Bye bye.
Because if you remember at the beginning of the sketch, she gets very personal.
Lynn, I understand. I shouldn't just look at the second part.
Oh no, not just the second part, the whole part, parts 1 and
Oh.
2. Yeah.
Okay, so that was my mistake, sorry.
That's okay. My problem, my fault, I should have said. Okay, so hopefully that's working now. It wasn't streaming before. So let me know when you've read through the note cards. And if you have any questions, just type them up, okay? But what we're looking at is, I think last week, last session, see I keep doing it, last session we did discuss how she tries to not get personal in the discussion, in the contretemps. But we didn't discuss how does she try to build that bridge between her and the person who's basically attacking her, and how they try to find a solution. Okay.
We have to answer local.
Yeah, the three questions. How does she try to avoid getting personal? What does she do? How does she build that first bridge? How does she open communication channels, basically? And what approach does Maria take to find the solution?
Lini, shall we write down the answers in the box, or
Yeah,
will
just
you hear
type
it?
them up in text if you want to, in text chat. Oh, Shiny has got a slow connection. She's just received the inventory. Oh, Shiny. See, I always thought that where Shiny lived, it was super duper fast broadband everywhere. It's like they've probably got a little man who's pedalling furiously on a bicycle trying to keep the internet up. Okay, number one, something that she does do, Traum, but that's not all she does. Nina explains to Maria the reason why she was behind. Yeah, but it's not all she does.
And of course, she was not talking about her job, but also about her. So she was, she was going too personal.
Oh yeah, she
So
got...
that's why she has to stop her.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that's why she has to stop her. And okay, just let me, like explain or just.
Yeah, absolutely. She basically stops the conversation. That's it, April. Yes, she said, "Hold on a second." Okay, and basically giving it time to sort of say, "Now, cool down." Cool down. So, hold on a second is a good one. Is there any other way you could say the same thing?
Calm down.
Yeah, now, that's a difficult one. Monique, you're really upset. You're really angry. And I
hate
say
that.
to you, calm down. How would you react?
Don't tell me to calm down.
It's one of those, I mean, you think it's a Okay, so let's see how we're doing. Any questions? Okay, so Traum, I think you were confused about which part we were talking about. So Monique, you've written a good one for number 1. In what way does she do that? If you'd like to read out your answer and then explain how she did that.
So, how does Nina try to avoid getting personal in her? Because just before she said, you love this for a moment, she was being really rude. And